Yeah. Maya, thank you so much. We are going to get into a conversation with you. You tell us a little bit what the motive, what influenced you to write this song. Okay. I would love to know. My baby.
Got you.
Okay, you got my back, huh? I got yours too. All right, viewers. So it is time for this great conversation. I know that you're seeing this beautiful setup, right? And it's beautiful. For those of you that would want to get into something nice, since it's a holiday and the holidays ahead of you, you would want to organize a picnic somewhere or any events at all that you're organizing. This is perfect for you. This conversation, in fact, the owner of the business, a company that put this together, is seated with me this morning, and I can't wait to find out exactly what the business does, because I know that definitely it's not just about picnic tables, decorations that she does. And so I have seated with me this morning Christabelle Morrison, who is the CEO of Krystal Events. Good morning.
Good morning, Asieduwaa.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm great, and you're very beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very beautiful. And this morning, being a Easter Monday, a holiday as well, we are being treated to some delicious breakfast by Branch GH. And so, Branch GH, thank you so much. I know that some viewers, you can spot us with something delicious. I got some sandwich here. I can see some eggs, cake, sausage. Okay, very interesting. And our guest has been served beautifully as well. She does so much. And so thank you so much, Branch GH, for handling or taking care of our breakfast for this morning. And I am enjoying this beautiful picnic table setup. And when she was setting up the cutlery, she said something that, the knife should be here and the fork should be here. Quite a lot of you still don't know how to use fork and knife. Some of you are still confused about where the fork and knife, which hand should do the fork and the knife, and what tablespoon does or what teaspoon does. You are still confused about it. Christabelle, you're going to teach us all that, wouldn't you?
I don't mind, I'll teach you all.
Please teach us, because my viewers out there, some of you, I know that some of us have these issues. And so let's get started with the conversation with you, talking about Krystal Events. And I don't know, Krystal, is from your name, Christabelle?
Yes, it's from my name, Christabelle, but okay. I just decided to give it a little tweak by making it a K instead of a C. Yes.
A K instead of a C, so it's K-R-Y.
Right.
S-T-A-L, so Krystabelle Events. Tell us exactly what you do.
Okay. So basically, we're a 360 events management company. When I say 360, we don't just do social events, but we do corporate events as well. And we also have the marketing side of it, where we are into activations and all of that. Yes. So basically, Krystal Events started 10 years ago.
10 years?
Yes, 10 years ago when I was in the University of Ghana. Okay. I had passion for events. I'd love to put together like few things for friends, family. And then I decided that instead of just making it just a hobby, why don't I turn it into a business venture? Yeah. So I started off with my first event. It came as a phone call where somebody called to order food for my mom, because my mom is a caterer. And then they called back and they said, well, I need help with organizing A, B, C, D, E. Do you know anybody who can help? So I just said, I'll call you back. So I gave it a thought, and then I called back and said, you know what, I can handle it. So that's how I got my first gig, with zero capital, just saying yes, and then I started off the business.
Oh, so would you say that even pricing your very first gig, because you're already doing something like that whilst you were in school, it was very easy for you to give a price to that particular customer, or it was quite difficult?
Some aspects of it were easy, but not every aspect of it, because there were some parts of the business that I hadn't really delved into yet. Okay, and at the time that I started, not like today, where it's so easy to access things like rentals and other logistics. Those days, even to get, a chair or table, you may have to go to an event and then start taking numbers, because those times we had numbers at the back of the chairs. So that was my way of gathering data and building my portfolio and building my contact base. Okay. So I would, pick up numbers from the back of chairs. I would speak to few people that I see, erecting a canopy and all of that, just so that I built my own database. So there were some that I could just get at the snap of a finger, but some I had to do thorough research, make a few phone calls, go on Google, see who was doing this or that. And that's how I was able to, get the pricing. And at the time, I would say that I wasn't making profits because I was just pricing anyhow, just because I wanted to get it, going. And it's something that I'm very passionate about. So I didn't really mind how much I was getting out of it. I was rather content if the client was happy and satisfied.
And you were aiming at building your portfolio as well.
Right. That was so important to me. But then at some point, I realized that people will start asking if it was a registered business. So 2 weeks into me starting, I said, you know what, I want to be a credible business. So as a university girl, I walked to RGD with my student ID card in my hand. I didn't have any national ID at the time. And when I was going in, I knew for sure they wouldn't accept a student ID card because it wasn't a national ID card. And as usual, I met two women, stern looking, and I said to them, please, I'm here to register my business. What are the requirements? And as mean as they were at the time, they just said, look on the board, the information is there. So when I looked, one of the most essential things was to have a national ID card, which I didn't have. So I said, you know what, this business has to be registered today. There's no way I'm going back. I was that determined. So I went back, I saw a gentleman, and I said, I'm sure he works here. I would wait and speak to him. Men are always more friendly. So I walked up to him and I said, you know what, I live very far. I came to register my business, but unfortunately, I only brought my student ID card. Are you able to go through the process for me so that I come back later with the right ID to correct it? He was like, why not come? I'll help you. Then he walked me into a room where it said strictly out of bounds, staff only. I walked in there and we went through the process, and in 2 days, Krystal Events was registered.
I would say that gentleman was God sent.
Yes, he surely was. He surely was. So Krystal Events was officially registered on the 4th of March, 2014, yes.
Okay.
So now that we're in 2024, we are in our 10th year, and we're excited about the good things that are awaiting us.
Let's talk about how the journey has been in this 10-year period. I know definitely that Ghanaians have a way of accepting something that is new, especially if it has to do with made in Ghana. We have a way of feeling some type of way and trying to get attached to something and trusting it. So how were you able to maneuver your way or to really get yourself out there or to get clients to trust your brand?
Right. I think it started for me as a person. I made sure that I built the credibility myself and I had a better rapport with whoever I wanted to serve. But I would say it's been very challenging because for this business, people found it very difficult to accept, the cost of events. Someone doesn't understand why you're just setting up tables, chairs, and doing all the flower work, and then you are charging them what it is worth. But now people are appreciating what it's worth. It wasn't like that then. So, for a very long time, making profits was really hard. And
how long did it take you to start making profits?
It took quite a while. I would say maybe even after 5 years.
What?
Yes, profit that will make you satisfied. It took like after 5 years for me to get there. And it's still a work in progress. Every day you need to be up of your game because trends are coming in. You need to be aligned with what's trending, or
and there's so many people that are even getting into the business.
And it's now a saturated market. 10 years ago, we could name the people in the business, but now it's saturated because people are tending to love events, and people who are tired of the fatigue from the 8 to 5, all the burnout, they say, okay, you know what? Let me just start an event planning business. Or even people who just want extra income will just say that, you know what, let me consider doing an 8 to 5 business. As much as I encourage it, I feel that you have to have the tenacity to get into it, because just like every business, it also has its ups and downs, and it's not a smooth road. It has thorns. Sometimes you just need capital to expand, and it's so difficult. You know how it is to access capital for SMEs. It's really a tough one. But day and day, I mean, God is our strength, okay? I'm Christian, and I'm very big on, those values. So I think that He provides, and when He sees the vision and He sees the heart you have towards
He gives you the
your
push.
passion, He gives you the push.
Yeah.
So, and you also have to build resilience.
Yeah.
Because there are days where you wake up and then you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's very draining. I don't really see what I'm getting out of it. Because sometimes it can't just be your passion that's driving you. You get it. You have bills to pay, you have things to do, and besides, if you have really set up the business in such a way that you know where it wants to go in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years or beyond, your short-term and long-term goals, then you have to have that strategic plan to see you go that way. And sometimes it's not as easy.
It's not as easy. Did you at some point have to start a 9-to-5 job and then maybe making this a side work or a side hustle?
Yes. Along the way, I mean, right after uni, I had to move out of the country, actually, to go and work. So I worked in the Ghana Embassy in Paris for quite a while. So Krystal Events had to be on hold because it was a sole proprietorship. I was running the show. I was doing everything. And as much as I felt I could juggle between the two, it was quite tough because sometimes people don't understand your vision. People don't really know what you want to communicate to your clients. And for me, I always say that our clients and our customers are the heart of our business. So their satisfaction is priority. So you can't leave it into the hands of somebody who will not treat the business as you willed. And mind you, it's your vision. You have goals. You know where you want to reach. And so you can't have anybody, just tender with it at the peril of what you don't expect. So it's so important that you focus. So I had to stop for a while and then revisit it. Then when I came back to Ghana, I had to go to Liberia again to work with PricewaterhouseCoopers. So it's been on and off, but now I do it full time and I'm giving it all the attention it deserves because sometimes it's so important.
And I'm sure you found it quite difficult bouncing back.
Oh, yes. I found it difficult, but thankfully, when I was in Liberia, a friend said to me that, Christabelle, you really can't just leave this hanging. The event space has changed. There's so many people coming on board now. So there's this page called...
Do you want me to help you pour some juice?
Sure, no problem. There's this page called the Ghana Events Vendors Hub page. I think you should hop on the page. So on that page, we had numerous events people that, came on board. And I kind of built a rapport there because I was very communicative on the page and it was going well. And eventually I became the administrator of the page. And then through the page, a lady reached out to me and said, I think I like the way you are. I want us to form an association. So I'd love you to be secretary for the Events Vendors Association of Ghana. So I became secretary.
Oh, just like that?
Yes, for the Event Vendors Association of Ghana. It's 5 years now, but I've moved from secretary and I'm now the director of communications for the Event Vendors Association.
Wow.
So I would say that it's not just, putting flowers and chairs and tables together, but we've journeyed and we've moved from just setting up, little pieces to growing and advancing and doing more things. This association I'm speaking about hosts an award scheme that awards people in the event space year in, year out. And it's been a remarkable journey, and I'm happy that I'm one of the founding members of such a prestigious award.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you. So with a setup like this, how long would it take you?
This is a very basic setup, I would say. But I mean, for somebody who's just starting out, it may take a lot of time. But you should be able to fix a setup for 4 under 20 minutes.
Under 20?
Yes. It's about planning. You need to plan. You need to make sure that you dot your I's, you cross your T's, and you get it running. Yes. So
looking at the fluctuation of goods and services on the market, would you say that your price, with how your journey too has been, battling with clients trusting you here and there and all that, would you say that your services is expensive or it's pocket friendly?
I would say even when you go on my Instagram page, I cap myself as a budget friendly space. I believe in business sustainability and business continuity. And I feel that you can't start and stop. You need to continue. So you need to think about the current economic situations and make sure that you adjust your prices. I've built the business in such a way that when you come, you feel at home, and then you say that, okay, I want to use your services. Not that you come, you are scheming prices around. I make sure that the prices suit your pockets.
And you work with budgets too?
Yes, I do work with budgets. So I tell you that, okay, this is what you can get for your budget.
this amount.
And if I feel that your budget may not give you what you desire, then I say that, okay, if it's possible, can you add a few zeros to what you already have so that we can achieve something beautiful? Because for me, every event at the end of the day is a memory that you capture, and then you have it in your memory forever. So it should be done well.
So how much could this cost?
So for something like this, budget-wise, with everything that you're seeing here, including transportation and my service charge, I should take nothing less than 1,500 Ghana cedis. But yes.
Wow.
You know the cost of transportation in Ghana now.
Yes.
And it's haulage to and fro. And then...
I actually said wow because I was expecting more.
No.
But
that's why I said we've capped ourselves as a budget-friendly as a budget-friendly event company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Some people feel I can't have an event because it's expensive. And that's the message some people put across. But I feel that you should price your goods and services regardless of what is happening in the economy. You should make sure that you just have that right balance so that people consider you as a go-to. Yeah.
Well, viewers, it is evident that Krystal Events is indeed budget-friendly. So, Christabelle, what's your social media handles? How can people reach you if they want to get
Right. So you can reach us at Krystal Planners on Instagram, KrystalPlanners on Instagram. And when you get there, our link in bio has all the other necessary information, so you can reach out to us. And we also offer training services.
Okay.
We started something called the Krystal Creative Academy, where we train people because we realized that over time people started asking, do you train people? Is this something that you do? So we decided that we set up a little academy where we could train people, you know, to acquire some skills. In the coming month, which is, this month, we're in April already, we're hosting a few classes.
Okay.
We'll have a schedule up, but then they are budget friendly, and we'll have payments, installments for the payments as well, so that you can learn a skill. We know that Ghana is really hard now.
Yeah.
People want to earn additional income, and sometimes people are lost and don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So lovers of the event business, lovers of colors, lovers of the creative arts, we're open to you. Just reach out to us and we'll see what's the best fit for you.
Christabelle, thank you so much for your time. This setup is really beautiful. And I didn't mention that we were going to learn. So please, quickly, briefly.
Right.
So the fork on the left.
Yes, so the fork always goes on the left.
On the left.
But then when you're placing your cutlery, make sure that you could use your thumb, okay, as your measurement.
Okay.
So you put your thumb at the top of the table, and then the fork goes right on top of it.
On top of the thumb?
Yes.
Oh.
And you do the same for the knife goes on the right.
Okay.
Usually, if you have a spoon, the spoon could go two ways, depending on the kind of spoon. We have dessert spoons, and then we have the tablespoon.
Yeah.
So your tablespoons ideally should go to the left of the knife on the right, and then your dessert spoons can go to the top of this space we have here.
Can you please help take, so viewers can...
Sure.
Yeah, you can just put that down so that viewers can...
Okay. So this space...
Let's take the middle one as well, the centerpiece.
Right.
Yes. So viewers can have a clear view of the demonstration.
Basically, I'll just teach you, I'll just do a little demo. So this space right in front of you, anytime you go to a restaurant or even you're at home at your dining table, this space here it's called a cover. Okay?
Cover.
It's called a cover. So the entire space where you have your glassware, your flatware. So we term fork and knife as flatware, cutlery is flatware.
Okay.
Then we have our glassware here. And then you have your napkins or your serviettes, however you choose to call them.
Okay.
And then we have what we call the charger plate. This is a rattan charger plate.
All right.
You can have them, in China ware or anything. And then you
Okay.
have your side plates here as well. So these are some of the basic things you should consider when you are setting up a cover for eating. And then you should have a tumbler, which is your glassware for water. And then, I mean, it was a brunch theme, so we decided to use a champagne flute. People call it the champagne
now you're making me feel
glass,
somewhere because I poured juice in the water glass.
No, so the
fine.
water, you could use the water glass for juice or water.
Thank you.
And
Okay,
then most people say champagne glasses, but the appropriate word is the champagne flute.
Champagne flute.
Yes.
Okay.
And then if we have the wine glass as well, all glassware go to the top right corner of the cover. The fork goes to the left, and the knife goes to the right.
The glassware never goes to the left-hand side. It's always on the right-hand side.
It never does.
The top right side.
Yes, please.
Okay. Viewers, I hope you've learned something. I hope you've learned something. Let's not forget that when you're placing the cutlery on each side, you use the thumb to measure. So the cutlery has to be thumb size away from the tip of the table.
Right.
So yes, Christabelle, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I've learned something new today, and thank you for sharing your journey with us as well. I know that a few people out there who would love to get into this space have learned and have taken a thing or two from you. Branch GH, thank you so much for the breakfast this morning. We enjoy some juice and some very delicious sandwich, waffle, egg. I can see cake, red velvet cake, some sausage, and some other things are also here for us to indulge in this morning. So Branch GH, thank you so much. We haven't ended. Maya Blue is still in the building, and we'll be talking with her pretty shortly, but I believe she's going to give us another performance. She would have to give us another performance. And not just that, MC Too Cute. Yes, MC Too Cute is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't wait. Rosalie will be taking over that conversation, and she'll be seated with Ruben as well. And so, yes, stay tuned for that conversation. My name is Asieduwaa Akumia, and we will be right back.
We have tofu. We have everything here. And then we have 366 cloth here. No. Nigeria, we don't give out cloth that insults. In this Ghana, if you wear a cloth, there is a name for it. Thank you. You can see someone who is wearing a cloth that is called if you want to say something about me, find a chair and sit down. That's the meaning of the cloth that you are wearing. And some also are there. Look at your face. But we don't give those kinds of cloth. We give the word of God cloth for the lady. And then we give stuff. 356. We give what? So what's your tongue? What's your behavior? What's your character? What shows that you're a married woman? A married woman knows how to dress well. A married woman how to know the time that her husband how to eat. A married woman knows how to stay long at outside, and then you see the gentleman walking by Indomie.
This be me, Kobe, aka Kobe Boga, KB for short. And this is my sweetheart, Obahima. Today, I get big surprise for her. Charlie, gone are the days I couldn't spoil my girl. Now, I'm engaged to the woman of my dreams. Don't just look at my success. To get here, I had to follow the process. Out of nowhere, I lost my job. But I believe in humble beginnings. I got an idea that I knew I could grow. I started from a small setup, then invested in growing my own coconuts. I then grew my product lines. Now, I sell to many supermarkets in the country. Fellow young Ghanaians, Trust the process and keep hope alive.
Take advantage of agribusiness through the Ghana Grows program. Ghana Grows, Hope Day.
Hey.
So many people with your name. What makes you stand out? When you are called, will you be ready? Get the X Factor advantage with an ALX course. Search ALX Ghana online to learn more about our programs. ALX.
Hello! I bring you all exciting news from Franco Trading Enterprise. For the quickest and efficient way of keeping your clothes and garments clean, Franco Trading Enterprise has brought in a new washing machine for you and your home. This washing machine comes in sizes. We have the smaller size and the bigger size. This washing machine is easy to operate. It saves time and energy. It extends the life of your clothes, and the most exciting part of it all is that it has low power consumption. So for bulk purchasing and retailing, visit any of our branches nationwide or on our website at www.francotrading.com. You can call the numbers on the screen for any assistance. Franco Trading Enterprise, the home of quality.
The Bible is not a textbook like chemistry textbook. It's a spirit. There are no controversies. Righteousness is defined by God. What he says you are is what you are. There's no teaching in the scriptures that will be left untaught.
Has Christianity always been one of the religions in the world to you?